She was counting coins one by one, and like a wave through the line, everyone was becoming annoyed until the clerk changed everything. In a world rushing past her, one person chose to slow down, and it meant everyone in that line would learn a lesson or two. People were getting impatient, but what this clerk did next made the entire line go silent. He allowed the shaking hands to have the time they needed to separate and count the coins required. It probably happens more than we know, but rarely does it make such a significant difference that even the adults are aware that something unusual, something unexpected is happening. So much for a quick trip to the store for just a few items, yet I had to take the time to tell someone that I don't even know that the kindness we just witnessed was not staged nor planned. It was genuine. Yes, our title today, A Clerk, Some Change, and She Saw It All. Welcome to Dream Builders Diaries, building dreams one story at a time. I'm Jeannie Craft. Here at Dream Builders Diaries, we dive deep into the personal stories of entrepreneurs, artists, innovators, and everyday visionaries just like you. We believe every dream starts with a story worth telling. And by sharing these stories, we aim to empower you to create your own dream and the story behind it. But before we get started, grab a paper and a pencil if you don't already have one, because inspiration, ideas, and dreams, they come and go very quickly. Jot yours down and don't let yours get away. The line kept growing. Sighs, eye rolls, shifting feet, not so quiet whispers. And then something unexpected stopped it all. The clerk paid sole attention to the little white-haired lady. Most importantly, a 6-year-old was watching closely, and what she learned that day changed how she sees people forever. You see, yesterday my husband was sick, so I picked Andy, our toddler, up from the sitter a little bit early, and Ella up from school. She was a chatterbox as usual, sharing all the events of the day and asking every 10 seconds, "Are you listening, Mom?" Here's my favorite. "Are you using your listening ears, Mom?" I just have to smile. I do my best to pay attention to the rearview mirror as I drive out of the school pickup line. So many cars and so many children not paying attention at all, and they're running everywhere. Once we were safely out of the school zone, I decided to run to the local department store for a few things. I'd hoped to be in and out quickly. Wow, like that can happen. Anyway, in my rush, my list was left in the storage just under the screen in the van. I would just have to remember everything I would need from memory. Let's see, pasta sauce, some poster paper markers, toddler crackers or cookies, and something for my husband. Let's see, was it? Oh, something from his home office. I get it. Tape, maybe staples. Oh, I remember now. It's the stuff, the sticky stuff for that bulletin board that he's working on. I was proud that I had remembered all of the items as we headed toward the checkout. Ella reminded me I had forgotten to get a treat for both of the kiddos, as they were both good in the store. So I grabbed a bag of goldfish crackers. That would have to do. I found a line with just one person ahead of me and began organizing my items on the conveyor belt. After placing my items, I looked up to see the person ahead of me was a very elderly woman. Her white hair was like, well, I imagine what an angel's hair would look like. Her piercing blue eyes shifted back and forth as her hands trembled with the coin purse. It reminded me of something I had seen years and years ago. Some of the beads were gone, but the zipper was still intact. She was paying for the items with change and wanted to purchase each item separately. I wondered why. The part of me that had a long day at work, the part of me who had a 1.5-year-old having a meltdown in the cart, the part of me that had set an unrealistic timeline for getting in and out of the store, then getting home, became frustrated with this little woman and the inconvenience she had placed on me. But then I watched the young employee with this woman, and I watched him help her count her change, ever so tenderly taking it from her shaking hands. I listened to him repeatedly saying, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am." And when she asked if she had enough to buy a reusable bag, he told her that she did. He went over 2 lines to get a bag for her. He brought back 2 of them so she could choose between the big orange geometric blocks and the one with the pretty pink floral print. He smiled broadly as he repackaged her items with the floral side facing her. The other bag disappeared under the register. Never once did this employee huff, be gruff, or roll his eyes. He was nothing but patient and kind. I couldn't understand. His tattoos, his thick hair, kind of pulled back in what, almost like a pony? As I was watching him, I saw Ella watching him too. Ella was standing next to the woman, so close I wondered if she was in the way. I saw that she was just enthralled. Ella watched the employee count the change. Ella strained up on her tippy tiptoes, which only allowed her to barely see the woman's hands. Carefully, the clerk and the woman counted dimes, nickels, and finally a slew of pennies. That was when the realizations came flooding in. I realized why she was having him ring things up separately. She was on a very fixed income, and every single penny counted. She may not have even had enough money for the rest of the month. Who knew? I realized that the tattoos and the thick pony don't excuse someone from being kind and patient or from smiling broadly with tenderness. Most of all, I realized my daughter was witnessing kindness and patience like none other. She was being taught tenderness in a valuable lesson by a complete stranger. It happened so naturally, so innocently. I knew she would never forget. Furthermore, I realized that I too needed a refresher on these lessons. I realized I had not been inconvenienced at all. I looked behind us. I saw the entire line of people as enthralled as Ella. Some had kind smiles, and no one had a grouchy face, as my toddler describes it. When the clerk was finished, he waited while she put her coin purse away. He handed the woman the large floral bag. The woman took it gingerly, and within a few more moments, she was able to get it onto her arm. She apologized to the clerk. He smiled that gorgeous smile and let her know it's no problem. He said, come find me next time you're shopping here. As the clerk began ringing up my items, he thanked me for my patience. I then thanked him for teaching us patience and kindness by his tender treatment of that sweet elderly woman. And although I realized my timeline for my quick shopping trip was askew, I asked where I could find a manager. He shared that if I went to the service desk, he would page one to meet me there. His look was tinged with worry. I assured him I just wanted the manager to know about his kindness and his patience with the older woman and how much it meant to me and to Ella, and I'm sure how much the tenderness he showed had actually meant to the woman herself. After meeting the manager and sharing the story with her, we left the store with a cart full of consumer items and memories and a heart full of gratitude for such an invaluable lesson. If you ever see a similar act, I hope you'll do the same. Share a smile and a nod to those who matter. Managers may never know which clerks are doing their best to be kind. The world could use more clerks like him. So why this diary? Because this diary demonstrates the magic and the secrets of compassion and patience. I would only hope that someday, if I needed the same type of help this sweet old lady needed, there would be a kind clerk there for me. I also share this diary because this powerful diary celebrates the virtues of endurance and courage and tenderness. The clerk did what was called for in the moment, showing the tenderness of his spirit to a sweet elderly lady. This was the day kindness slowed everything down. She apologized for taking so long until he did what no one expected. The clerk's response is something you'll never forget. She was counting pennies. We all counted lessons. So, as we recap, what's your biggest takeaway from our diary today? And how does this diary relate to how you gather resources and materials to bring your dream to life? Dreamers, believe in yourself, be passionate, work smart, know your why, and apply what you learn each day. And as you ponder the source of your dream and this diary, I wish you well. Wish you an abundance of resources and knowledge and wisdom with your time and your future success with your dream. Enjoy life and always be kind. I want to leave you with the quotation. Life is 10% what happens and 90% how I react to it. That's by Charles Swindoll. I'll read it again. Life is 10% what happens and 90% how I react to it. Charles Swindoll. Special thanks to Sarah, Andy, Ella, and the clerk. You shared this story about your daughter's learning and the patience of a young man, obviously taught to him by a tender mother or grandmother. Special thanks to those of you who listen to Dream Builders diaries regularly. I'm grateful to you. The honor to spend time with you is all mine. And if you don't have it yet, get your 90-day Dream Builders diary by Jeannie Craft on Amazon. Like and share this diary. Subscribe for more. There's many more stories coming. Contact us even if you have a story. Thank you. And until next time, building dreams one story at a time.